Hi, I'm Megan.
And I'm Ciera.
And today we're going to be doing another video on our TC2 Extras channel.
Can you notice that whenever we do our intros for this channel, we never know what to say because we can't say and we're from the Ciera 62.
Because if we say a word from TC2 Extras, it just sounds kind of weird.
So that's how our intros usually start.
Yeah, but today we're going to be doing kind of just how you can be a successful YouTuber.
Now we're not saying that we're like beyond famous. We have 30,000 subscribers, which to me, I feel like that's a lot of people.
And it's at least saying we're doing something right.
So we're not saying that we are beyond famous, but we are obviously at least
well known to some people.
So the first thing is you need to have a good idea about what your channel is going to be about.
Yeah, like right from the beginning when you're getting started, there's like so many different things to choose from. You can do like sports channels, something to do with your sport, vlog channels, just one of the other YouTubers, I don't really know what you'd call them, but
like Connor Franchine, like those people, like we just call them vloggers, we don't really know what else to call them. You can be a beauty guru, gaming channel, and
if you kind of just want to do like multiple stuff, and be kind of like just do all sorts of stuff, you can still do that. Just don't
make your channel name broad. I'm going to use Hope's channel as an example because her channel name is Hope X Productions. It doesn't really signal what her channel is going to be about. So
like she used to do one stuff, now she's a beauty person, and it works.
So if you don't really know what you want to do or you think you might change what you're going to do, make your channel name broad but have it still make sense.
So it can even be like if your name, if you're comfortable using your name or at least maybe your first name or middle name, that's something that you can always no matter what, it's always going to work. So, because there's that option now on YouTube, so you can switch back between if you want a channel name or your actual name.
So that is the first thing that you should think about.
Next is kind of when you're getting ready and you have an idea of what your videos are, what videos should you make to get yourself noticed and recognized?
So there are pretty much all types of different videos that are going to be the most popular type of video for each different style of channel.
So if you're going to be a beauty person, make a morning routine. Those videos are usually pretty popular, and if you make it good, people are probably going to start subscribing.
And that's if you do a gymnastics channel, how to get your splits done fast. They always get a ton of views. So that would be a good one, or whatever type of sport you are doing. Just think of different channels that have to do with what you're doing and see what their most popular video is.
That's another thing. If you're trying to get yourself out there, I know a lot of people hate when people do this, but I'd probably do the same thing. I was in this person's shoes, and that would be to comment on other popular people's videos, trying to get yourself recognized and be like, hey, I'm starting a channel, please check it out. Because people are going to see it, and at least maybe they'll go and click your channel and possibly subscribe.
The next thing is to actually work on how your channel looks. Don't use just one of the same YouTube banners that they give you as an option, because that just doesn't really show that you care about what your channel looks like.
It'll look a lot more professional if you make your own banner. So if you have a Windows laptop, it's really easy just to use Paint, which is the program it comes on. It comes on Windows. And then if you have a Mac, it's a little more difficult. It's not as easy, but you can use PicMonkey. That's really about the only thing that we figured out works well, because that's what we did for the TC2 Extras banner, and it's pretty simple, but it looks good. And it's specialized to our channel, so that's good enough.
So that's PicMonkey.com. Next is to also think about what your profile picture is. You can have your profile picture represent what your channel is about, or you can just have a casual selfie as your profile picture.
So for the TC2 Extras and the Ciera 62, ours is just a picture of all of us and Maggie, and it's the same picture for both channels, but it looks nice, and
make the picture look nice, because that represents what your channel looks like.
Now I think we're on to the biggest part of being a successful YouTuber, and that would be what your videos look like.
Now first of all, make sure your videos are titled something that makes sense. Don't make it too long, don't make it too broad.
Also, when you're making videos, don't make it too specialized that no one's going to ever search for that video.
That is why we never are going to do how to get over a fear of back handspring or how to get over your fear of an aerial.
Because first of all, there's not really much we can say to help you get over your fear. We already made overall how to get over fears in gymnastics, and we still had questions, and I'm like, this is the video you get, you guys. This is how you get over your fear of doing anything.
We can't physically tell you, okay, get over your fear.
If that works for you, then get over your fear of doing something. But like that's why we're never going to do those specialized videos, because it only works for a certain amount of people.
Whereas how to get your splits down, that's for like hundreds of thousands of people.
And then we actually did kind of give in by doing how to get over fears in gymnastics, which we specially included some skills, like how to get over fear of a back handspring. We kind of included that in there, but some people were still like, can you do how to get over fear of a back handspring?
So sorry, but we are never going to do that video.
Probably ever.
So now for the actual videos, make sure that your videos are filmed with a good camera. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy an HD camera when you're just starting out, because you don't even know how successful you're going to be.
Exactly, but like if your parents have some type of camera laying around the house and they let you use it, I'd say like it's at least worth a shot. If you can start your videos off right away with a good camera, then that's already like your channel is going to be a lot more successful, a lot faster.
Or even if you have an iPhone or any type of smartphone, pretty much, those tend to have really good camera quality.
Just make sure you know how to use it. If you're using an iPhone or any smartphone, which a lot of people have, they have HD quality. You just have to make sure.
Make sure that you film it like this.
Make sure it's widescreen so it fits how it's going to look on YouTube.
So if you filmed it like this, you're
that's where the black bars are on the side.
And then a really skinny video, which doesn't look the greatest. Plus this, you can see more. So
exactly. And if you're using a phone, you're going to have to be a lot more careful with lighting, because if you have bad lighting, the quality is automatically going to go down. So that's why I suggest filming when there's a lot of light out, so that way.
Right now we have Megan's above room light on. Megan has a big window over there, and then we have her lamp from her desk on.
So obviously filming during the day is going to be a lot easier because we have a ton of light right there, which is why we never film when it's dark out.
I mean, except for our gymnastics and choosing a night video, but that was kind of...
Like our old videos we did, but obviously you can see the lighting wasn't very good.
But, I mean, usually you can change the lighting and how it looks at least a little bit, maybe changing the aperture settings on the camera if you have, like, an actual big DSLR camera, or even on iMovie, there's ways you can change the lighting, which is really cool on iMovie's part, because we use that a lot.
The next thing that we want to talk about, again, if you have it, because a lot of people do have smartphones, so I think this is an important part to cover. Make sure that you find a good place to put your camera in a way to, adjust it so it looks like it's okay there, because you can't really have a tripod for phones. I don't think, you probably can actually, but I don't know where you'd get them. But, lean it against stuff, make sure it's just like it looks okay.
Try not just holding it up. I mean, even when we didn't have a tripod, which we have a tripod now, which is an amazing tripod. I add it. It goes from like 1 foot to 5 feet, which is really cool. And I think it's from Best Buy. I don't know. But it's a really cool camera. Tripod. It's a really cool tripod. So tripods are honestly such an amazing thing for videos, because you don't have to worry about doing something by a table or a desk. You don't have to worry about moving a chair. It's just wherever you want it, it's right there.
And also the next thing that we're going to talk about is, so again, just kind of have the best quality you possibly can. If you're using your webcam, MacBooks tend to have decent quality. Just make sure that you have to have good lighting when you're filming with a webcam.
And I mean, I wouldn't recommend using a webcam unless it's the only camera that you have.
Yeah, a smartphone would probably do a better job if it's a good smartphone.
Plus, I mean, the highest HD you can have is 1080p HD. And, I mean, smartphones, they have that. I mean, obviously it's not going to be as clear as a lot of other cameras, but hey, it still works, so smartphones
just
are
make sure you know how to use
option.
it. The next thing is kind of editing and your video content. The first thing I want to talk about is being out of the screen. Like, if you're showing something and you're just not even, like, in the screen, it's like, what am I watching, And if you're, like, one of those people where your parents don't let you have your face,
the only thing you're probably going to be good at is, like, nail polish stuff or maybe video games.
So if that's what you want to do, okay, but otherwise people are probably going to not want to watch videos where you can't show your face.
Because I know Q Polish, if you've seen her channel, I don't think she's ever shown her face on her channel. I mean, she might have, but...
Like, she does nail polish tutorials, so that's what people subscribe for, and there's not really a need for her to show her face. The other thing is when you're, like, going to touch the camera and be like, oh, let me just adjust that quick.
Let me just, like, zoom in on Megan right now. There we go.
And then, like, yeah, obviously we kept that in to show you guys. But please cut those parts out. it's just kind of awkward watching you move the camera. And I know we've probably done that.
We've done that in our How to Do Kit video.
Yeah, it was like bad too. Let's just not talk about it.
Just don't watch that video ever.
So please cut those parts out. It's not necessary. It'll just keep going with the point. It'll make your video look better.
And that's where you can just like, if you're going to move the camera, just don't talk or say anything important while you're doing that. That way you can just continue where you left off once you move the camera, and then you can cut that part out when you're editing.
Exactly. Other than that, make sure your videos have good content. I know this is such a broad thing, but make sure that every single clip you make is something that you're happy to have in your video, and you really are proud of your overall end video.
And make sure you edit, use iMovie or Windows Live Movie Maker or Final Cut Pro. Whatever editor you can get your hands on, use it.
Especially iMovie, they really have a lot of like cool stuff if you have the new version, which it's kind of a little frustrating sometimes.
It's a little different and it can be a little frustrating.
Like the easy stuff is 10 times harder to do, but it has a lot of other stuff you can do. So we're still slowly figuring that out, but overall we're getting used to it, and it has a lot of cool settings. So you can brighten your videos if they're dark, you can change the color amounts and stuff.
Overall, if you do become successful at being a YouTuber, it's really important that you save up your money so you can get a better camera or maybe a better laptop.
Because you can monetize your YouTube videos. And I'm not really sure, you have to be the one to ask to monetize your videos.
They don't come and ask you, hey, you want your videos to be monetized? And you're like, sure. No, you have to actually send in some sort of application form thing.
And you'll either get a yes or no, but the good thing is you can keep trying no matter what. And you don't even have to have a huge amount of subscribers, but just keep in mind if you do get your videos monetized and you don't have that many views, chances are you won't make that much money, but if you keep going, you're still getting money for making your videos.
And then if you save up that money that you are getting, then you can go ahead and buy some new equipment. Like you can buy a camera or
tripod, laptop.
If you're a beauty guru or something, you can buy studio lights, which I think would be pretty cool, but I don't think it would help our videos much.
Yeah. So, see, a lot of being YouTube successful, I don't really know if that was worded right, but saving up and like being as successful as you can and like having your videos be monetized and keeping, making good videos.
Overall, just have fun, show your personality, and don't do it for the money because we just said you can monetize your videos. Do it because you want to make videos.
Yeah, like when we first started making videos, we just wanted to help out a few people. How to do a front hip circle on bars.
That was a bad video, but we started somewhere.
And then eventually we realized that we could get monetized, and we're like,
and
hey,
then
let's
our
try
videos
it.
grew, and we went from having just a video that we shouldn't even talk about to actually being proud of our videos and actually having them be pretty good.
And I know a lot of you guys are probably like, well, you guys kind of hit a big break. You're on a collab channel with almost it has 150,000 subscribers. So that's kind of where we have to thank a lot of our success coming from. But I do think we have our own traffic coming in just by ourselves without 7 Gymnastics Girls. But we do have to thank 7 Gymnastics Girls for helping us get to where we are.
Especially since the collab channel is for the same purpose as our personal channel. It just takes the traffic from 7 Gymnastics Girls to a different gymnastics channel, which, let's face it, there aren't that many gymnastics channels here on YouTube, so I'm pretty sure everyone's just trying to get their hands on every one of them.
Yeah. Overall, we hope this video is helpful, and hopefully this encourages you to be a good YouTuber if you want to start a YouTube channel, and just to really think more about how you can be successful.
So we hope this video was helpful for you guys, and we'll see you in our next video on either this channel, 7 Gymnastics Girls, or Gymnastics 2.
Also, we really, really, really want to do a DIY on this channel, but we cannot think of any good ones. So if you have any DIYs, please comment them down below, and hopefully they aren't too expensive. But we just want to do a DIY, and we can't think of anything.
So leave them in the comments down below, and we might pick one.
Also, just a quick reminder, you can follow our Instagram at thegymnastics2, and all of our personals are linked in that bio. Watch us on 7 Gymnastics Girls every Tuesday, and
just subscribe to all 3 of our channels that we're on. So
yeah,
and that's another thing how you can be a successful YouTuber. Tell people to subscribe to you, or like our end card.
Yeah,
you can subscribe.
We made our end card on Paint, by the way. Like the Gymnastics 2 part was on cooltext.com, and you can find a bunch of cool fonts download the picture, and then Ciera made it on Paint.
So, I mean, that's another thing you do. You tell people to subscribe, or you just say, hey, look, here's a handy little subscribe button that I put here just for you.
Yep. And, I don't know, this video is probably really long.
Yeah.
I think.
Is that 15 minutes?
Oh my gosh, is it 15 minutes?
Okay, well, we're gonna go. So, see you on our next video. Bye.
Bye.